You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about a couple of things. We got the Browns withdrawing their terrible idea to trade draft picks 5 years in advance. Can you imagine that? You're trading off draft picks. You get fired at year 4. Okay. Coach, GM gets fired unless you're Andrew Berry and somehow, some way, you keep your mother effing job. I still can't fathom how that happens. But nonetheless, you get fired after year 4. You try to hire in a coach and a GM, and the GM and coach is like, wait a minute. We're coming into a situation where we got no draft picks. We got no first-round pick because Andrew Berry done traded that joker away because we either thought we could use it to get Arch Manning or we thought some team would come out there and offer us 5 first or 5 draft picks 5 years in advance, whatever. There were rumors that they were hoping somebody would offer them a first this year, first next year, and then like a 2030 first or some shit like that for Myles Garrett. And evidently, nobody actually did that. But Sean McVay, the Rams coach, has come out and said, woo-wee, it wasn't the greatest idea. It was not the greatest idea. And Sean McVay did not hold back. It was about the most complimentary way to say that was a dumb fuck idea. And he just comes right out and says, that shit was never happening. It was never going to pass. Speaking of weird ideas, John Harbaugh and Odell Beckham Jr. That Odell Beckham, the guy that last year actually, if you look, did not play. And one could argue, even though it shows 2024, one could argue he didn't play that season either. 9 games, 0 started, 9 catches. Guys, it has been 7 years since Odell had what you would consider to be a good year. A good year. 2019. 1,035 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was with Baker and the Browns before they all decided they couldn't get along together. Wow. Okay. And then, of course, it just went downhill from there. I mean, he did have this 2-year combined, I guess you could call it, what is that, 61 catches and around 750 yards, 5 touchdowns, an okay season in 2021, but still 5 years ago. And there's still talk of him coming back, which is absolutely wild to me. It's wild to me. So right here, John Harbaugh.
I mean, the obvious pat answer would be you look at every option, right? And if Odell's an option, then we'll be looking at it for sure. And he and I do talk and we do text and we've maintained a really great relationship. He's one of my very favorite people in the world. So it's not like you don't talk to guys about things like that. And certainly we have. We'll just have to see where it all goes. What's best for him, what's best for the Giants. That's the number one thing. It is what's best for our team. And any player, if he helps you be a better team and can make you better, then you're going to pursue that. So we'll just have to see where that goes.
Number one, John looks more and more like Jack, their dad, their father, every day. When he wears those glasses, wow, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, Odell played in Baltimore in 2023 and had 35 catches. Jesus, he had 64 targets, only 35 catches. 565, 3 touchdowns. He started 6 of 14 games. That's still been 3 years ago. Okay. I mean, I know they lost Wan'Dale Robinson, but the draft's coming up. Would management and ownership, would they get together and be like, look, we bring Odell back. You know, he can be the 4th or 5th wideout and retire at the end of the year as a Giant. Yeah, I mean, I get all that. At the end of the day, you're still burning a roster spot, which is really, really valuable. And it just feels like you could find somebody probably younger to step up for that role, you know? So I don't know. Tom Pelissero, sources, the Browns withdrew their rules change proposal that would have allowed teams to trade draft picks up to 5 years in advance rather than the current 3 years. Sean McVay on with Up and Adams at the owners meeting.
5 years instead of just 1 year.
Sure.
With the mentality that you and how excited are you guys about that? I'm sure
well, it's big. There's 0% chance that'll get through. So
really?
You'll talk. Yeah, nobody. I respect the courage for Andrew to be able to have a very sound reasoning of what's behind it. Hey, if there's one thing you can bet Vegas odds on, there's no chance that thing's getting through.
But you'd back that, no? You're not going to pound the table for that?
Nope,
Really? Why not? You don't? Really?
Yeah, competition committee was 11-0. I'm on.
There is 0 chance. He said, go to Vegas and bet it. Well, you're going to get behind that, right? Nope. I'm surely not. And this is the very coach that was once involved with the philosophy of fuck those picks. And Sean McVay said, nah. 0 chance. He actually went 0. 0 chance that gets through. Andrew Berry still has a job. Wow. It was the one thing I said, if you're going to fire Stefanski, you got to get rid of Andrew Berry. And I can't believe the amount of Browns fans I'm seeing all of a sudden that are white knighting, caping for Andrew mother effing Berry. What? I saw that earlier today because the Browns wished him happy birthday. Happy birthday. Wished him happy birthday, and a lot of people were like, oh, he's Andrew Berry, and he's the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, wait, is there a different Andrew Berry I don't know something about? I mean, is there a different guy? Is this the same guy that traded for Deshaun Watson? And by the way, we're finding out was all up in the Dylan Gabriel, you know. I mean, yeah, Jimmy Haslam was really involved in that. I get it, but look, if you're going to hold Stefanski accountable for it, shipping Andrew Berry right on out the damn door. I promise. But hey, trade Myles Garrett and let Andrew Berry use all them draft picks. All right. Go ahead and do that. Ooh, he had a really good draft last year. No doubt about it. I get it. Only took him 5 warm-ups to hit. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.